Is Supreme too mainstream? That's really what we're going to be discussing in this video, alright? So I wanted to talk about this because, you know, I have some points set up on my computer right here, basically on why Supreme is mainstream and why Supreme isn't. Now, before I even discuss anything I have to, I want you all to comment down below because I already did a poll on Instagram and it was basically, is Supreme too mainstream now? It was a yes or no question. And basically, I want you all to do the same, but in this comment section, because I got some results from there and I know what you all think on Instagram, but I want to see what people think on YouTube here and what they think about Supreme and currently their status, you know, if they're too mainstream or not, really. And I'm gonna be checking, all right? So I don't want any of that, all right? No fighting, no none of that, all right? No dumb arguments, because I really don't care. So don't be doing any of that, all right? I'm gonna be checking on you all, all right? I'm up in the comment section. Don't be doing anything stupid. No, I'm kidding, but I don't really, you know, y'all can do whatever you want. It's really just a free comment section. Do whatever, really, just be reasonable. But yeah, we're gonna get straight into it. I'm pretty excited to discuss this. Again, let me know what you all think down below. And yeah, let's really get started on this one. And you know, if you want to help me out, you all can just drop a like in this video. Simple. Let's get started. So the first reason on why I think Supreme is mainstream is because James really did it to him, all right? James really had to bust down on him here. Basically, what James did in 2017, it actually upset a good majority of people. Me included, I remember I was a bit upset about this because, you know, I didn't really expect Supreme to be doing this out of anybody. But basically, James Jebbia did sell Supreme. Actually, he sold 50% of it, so a pretty big stake of it. Or a minority stake is what some people have called it, but 50% is actually half the company. And basically, he sold it to this group called the Carlyle Group. Now they own a bunch of brands such as Montclair, basically People White Girl's Foot, Golden Goose, there you go. And you know, sort of stuff like that, you know, they just own some brands like that that are pretty mainstream. Maybe not Montclair, but Golden Goose for sure. You all have heard of that, I'm pretty sure. Maybe you've even bought your girl a pair of Golden Gooses, even though that would be a pretty expensive cop, not gonna lie. Going off of that, you know, I really wouldn't expect this to be a move for the old Supreme. Like if you think, let's say James had gotten an offer in like 2000, and I don't know what the company was worth in 2000, the birds? But if you think about it, like back in 2000, if some other company had come along and offered Supreme, let's say like $500,000, $1 million, I'm not sure how much it was worth in 2000. I assume he probably would have said no. And again, that could be because he thinks his company would have grown more and been worth more in the future, which that's perfectly normal. But I really don't see why James Jebbia would do this other than to, you know, obviously expand his brand. And that's actually what he said. I think I remember it. If I'm correct, I think he just said when he was selling the company, the reason he sold half of it to the Carlyle Group is because he wanted to partner with someone that would help expand his business. So there you go, Supreme's intentions of expanding more. But the Carlyle Group, actually what they say they want to do, they want to add more stores. You know, we're going to see that in the next few years. Obviously, we're going to see that over time. And also another thing that they want to do that I know, which I'm not too excited about, is raising prices. If you don't notice, from spring summer 17, so before Supreme sold out, hoodie prices were $148. And this season, they're predicted to be $178. So in 3 seasons already, 4 seasons, I think, I don't know how long it's been, Supreme has already gone up $30 in hoodie prices. So if you see that, you know, their prices are increasing. Again, they're just trying to make more money here. It seems like it's just a money grab. So first thing I really see there on why Supreme is turning mainstream or is mainstream at this point is because they sold themselves to really a private investor group that all they really want to do is just make money off them, which is sad because that's just not what old Supreme would have done. Another reason on why Supreme is mainstream now, other than of course them steadily increasing stock levels, but that's sort of normal. I think personally, you know, they're just going to increase it as they have more people coming into their brand. I mean, there's nothing they can really do about that. They're just raising stock levels so more people get stuff. So that's actually helpful to us. The second reason on why I think Supreme is going mainstream is the decline of skate influence in their actual clothing. You notice now, a lot of Supreme's clothing really isn't like skater stuff. It's sweatpants, it's tracksuits, it's like dad shoes. Like none of this is really skate stuff if you notice. Other than like, you know, hoodies, again, skaters wear hoodies. That's, I mean, from what I can assume. I don't know really too much about skating. I do know some about Supreme skating though, obviously. And you know, Supreme skate culture isn't completely dead. It's just been on a pretty big decline because let's face it, Supreme has been doing collaborations that are sort of like skate culture based. And I still respect that. They are still doing it to show their roots, which is great. But the thing is that it's with like bigger skate brands that a lot of like posers wear, such as like Spitfire. And you know, the only one I can really think of that was a really good one in my opinion was Supreme Independent. It doesn't really resell too much and it's a pretty good one. It's a really good skate collaboration. Obviously Independent Trucks, y'all probably know about that. And you know, really going over that, you know, I just have seen a real decline in like the use of actual skate culture in their clothing. Like a lot of it's really just fashion based now. You're not gonna see a skater wearing tracksuits, right? You're just not gonna see that. Nor are you gonna see a skater really wearing a box logo. I mean, obviously in the Supreme videos, like Blessed and things like that, there's plenty of people doing that. Like that's not abnormal. I think there was someone wearing the Supreme Louis Vuitton one, if I'm correct. I didn't really peep Blessed. I didn't really watch it because I'm just not too interested in skating stuff. But again, that's a whole nother thing. So that's a reason on why, that's another thing to discuss there though. That's the reason why Supreme wouldn't be mainstream, is that they're still making skate movies too, which is really good. And they're always gonna do that, I'm hoping. Really going off of it, that's the really other thing I think of, is just decline of skate culture. It's not really too much to do with skating. A lot of people that buy Supreme now, including me, really don't skate. I mean, there's some of my friends that do skate and buy Supreme, and I respect them for that. For me, I tried skating, didn't really work out for me. Broke this wrist, so I sort of stopped. But yeah, you know, I just don't want to be in the cast again. But my final and actually really quick reason on why Supreme is still mainstream also, or not still, but is now mainstream, is because the amount of followers they have. Just peep their Instagram. They got 12.2 million followers now. If that's not mainstream, then I don't know what is. I mean, 12.2 million followers maybe light to some of y'all, or hopefully none of y'all. Like, that's a lot of followers. Let's think about it. Y'all can flex your follower counts in the comments if y'all want. That's fine. Y'all can get into argument about that. That's what people do now. But really going over that, I mean, that's a lot of followers if you think about it. That's a lot of people following the brand. And you know, we're not just gonna base if they're mainstream or not off followers completely. You actually have to base it off who actually buys it, which we're gonna discuss that in a second. But that's another thing I really just want to discuss. Compare the amount of followers they have now to like way back then when Instagram started and things like that, when they made their account, and also compare the size of their lines. Honestly, like compare the size of a line, let's say in 2005 to a line right now that it's probably gonna be week 1, 2019. Just think about it. The line now is gonna be a lot bigger. It's gonna be a lot more people that really aren't as educated on Supreme. And you know, just cause they want to get into it. And obviously, you know, to get educated on it, you gotta start somewhere, and you're gonna start knowing nothing. So everyone starts somewhere. So that's why I never criticize someone that doesn't know a lot on Supreme. Me included. Like, I don't know everything. I mean, hopefully I don't sound that way, because if I do, I just don't. It's just not true. I'm still missing a lot of stuff, and I've been in it for like 2-3 years now. So really thinking about it, don't criticize those who are just getting into it, because you know, they can be really educated one day on it. But let's discuss the reasons that Supreme is not mainstream, because I know a lot of people want me to discuss this too, because some people probably don't believe that Supreme is mainstream yet. That's fine. You know, I have my opinion in it. We're gonna discuss that at the end of the video though. And really a main reason on why it isn't quite mainstream yet is it's not really everywhere. All right, so Supreme is more well-renowned in my opinion than actually being everywhere. Like, you're not gonna see the average person on the street that's like my age wearing Supreme. You're just not gonna see that. They may or most likely know about it, and they may think, oh yeah, that's cool. But really, if you think about it, a lot of people aren't gonna be wearing Supreme. A lot of people are gonna be wearing those fast fashion brands such as H&M that are located in the malls, because a lot of people that wear their clothes, I mean, a lot of them are from the mall or online shopping from those sites that are fast fashion. So you just have to think about it there. Like, a lot of people aren't actually still wearing Supreme. Like, yes, a lot of people know about it. Not everybody's actually like wearing it. Like, it's still a following. Like, there's still only a limited amount of people buying it. It's still limited in stock. They aren't mass producing it like these fast fashion brands like H&M, where they're being made in factories all over the world. That's not really how Supreme is right now. So that's another reason on why they aren't, or really the first reason on why they aren't mainstream yet. Not to mention too that Supreme is still limited to like, I think 11 stores if I'm correct. It's like 11 or 12 stores. I think 11. They really don't have a lot of stores still. Like, that's over the world too. So they're fairly limited. Just think about that. But my second reason, I actually want to get into this one too, especially because it's probably what a lot of y'all are thinking to base it off, if it is mainstream or not, is that resale still exists. It's not dead. Honestly, most people would probably think resale would associate it with if it's dead or not, or mainstream or not. If you're mainstream doesn't mean necessarily dead, but basically that's what probably a lot of people would associate it with. So if you think about it, Supreme is still reselling. Like, their prices on StockX and all those new platforms that a lot of people have said have hurt reselling. I personally don't really have an opinion on that. I just think they're actually make it easier to resell, and you know, that's just what people use now. There's nothing really to go against it, and you can't stop it. And I think they're fine platforms. I don't think there's really anything too wrong with it. They're just people that made those platforms, and there you go. But you know, basically the prices are still there. They're still reselling for money. There's still people making money off those drops. So the resale still exists, and since the resale still exists, it's not technically mainstream is what a lot of people are thinking. And I sort of can agree with that a bit, because I would think if it is completely mainstream, it's not gonna be like a fast fashion brand like H&M, but it's not gonna resell, and it still is reselling. So is it mainstream? Off of that opinion and point, no. And another one that I actually really want to discuss, so I know a lot of people are still probably thinking about my point on the skating stuff. Supreme still makes plenty of things to do with skating actually. I mean, it's not as like many as they used to, but there's still a good majority. Like, just peep their Instagram. They always have skate videos up. They're still making skate movies. So there are two things right there to show the skate culture is still alive. And you know, still in some other pieces, like they still have collaborations like independent things like that. Like, it's not like they completely have removed those or removed skate culture. And really, there's still a good majority of people that follow Supreme that actually are skating. So that's another thing right there. The skate culture is not completely gone. And you know, I know a lot of people actually nowadays wear skate brands, and they don't even skate. It's just really, that's what a lot of fashion is now. It's just sort of wearing skating brands because they look sort of cool and trendy, I guess. But going off of that, you know, that's what really Supreme started out as too. So you can call me out for that too, I guess, or call out anyone with that, because technically Supreme's a skating brand too. It's just not on that like sort of level of where the other ones that are like located maybe in malls or Zoomies and things like that. But yeah, Supreme still has plenty of skate stuff. A majority of their Instagram is skating videos, honestly. Let's think about it. Like they have a lot of skate videos up right now. Obviously, when we get into spring, summer 19, it's gonna be more clothing stuff, but off season really, and when the out of season, there's a lot of stuff that's skating. And a final one I really want to discuss. Really, this one should take 30 seconds maybe at the most to discuss. Supreme is still associated with the word hypebeast, really. When you think of a hypebeast, you probably think of Supreme. You probably don't think of other brands before that. Maybe you do, maybe you know some other brands and that's what you prefer to think of. But when you associate someone with a hypebeast, you probably think, oh yeah, they probably wear Supreme or something like that. So yeah, that's really what another thing I want to discuss. That's why it's not completely mainstream too, because Supreme wouldn't be associated with the word hypebeast if it was like majorly popular, because then everybody would be a hypebeast, but it just wouldn't work at that point. But that's really it though. Go ahead. Go talk in comments, go argue. I'll respond to some of them. Or actually, I respond to really all my comments. So go ahead and comment anything you want down below. I'll respond to it if it makes sense, or if I can make sense out of it. But yeah, that's really it. Go ahead and comment below, drop a like. If you're new, I would like for y'all to subscribe. I'd appreciate that. It goes a long way for sure, and I'll recognize that too. So thank you all for, of course, clicking on this video and watching it. Let me know what you all think. Again, just comment what you think. Is Supreme too mainstream now, or is it mainstream at all? Let me know. And yeah, that's really it. Thank y'all for watching. Appreciate the love and support as usual. And peace out.